What's going on, everybody? Trev Wilson here. Welcome back to the Bourbon Ranch. Today, we have a bottle review. We are going to be covering the latest batch of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, the A122. Come on in here, pour you a glass, drink along with me. If you are new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button, totally free. Stay up to date with all of my videos. Turn the bell notification on, be notified. New videos, live streams going live. If you like the video at any point, hit the like button. It really does help out the channel. So today, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A122. I know the B batch is on the horizon, but with distribution, we're just now getting it here. So if you're in a state that has not gotten this yet, be on the lookout. They're still dropping, so better late than never. Coming in 120.8 proof, so we're still in those low 60 ranges of proofs. I guess that's just the new thing with them. So keeping it similar, 60.4% alcohol. Had to double check. Make sure it's still 12. It is. Now this bottle has gotten a lot of hype with its release. A lot of people really enjoying it. It's positive. Positive reviews so far on this, so I'm excited to get into it, see how it does, see what I think about it, and then I figure we might as well throw it up against some of the other releases just to see how they compare, how they're different. So if you liked or disliked some of these other batches, you'll know where you might sit on this one. All right, let's just get right into it. Let's see if it's worth the hype. On the nose. It's just good. That's a good sign. And I will say, I have let this open up a little bit. I've had a couple pours out of it, let some air get to it. So if we've learned anything from last year, these bottles do kind of open up a little bit. They mellow out into what they're supposed to be. So I didn't want to fresh crack this and have some sort of terrible experience where I had to come back and rectify my review. So I wanted to give it a fair chance. I'm on the nose. First thoughts, first impressions, it's just good. It's pretty sweet. That's kind of the first thing I was noticing about it, is how sweet it is. I don't really remember the other batches being as sweet as this. It's very vanilla heavy. The oakiness is there, but it's kind of in the back. It's soft, it's subtle, not anything bitter or aggressive. Little ethanol there, not anything crazy. The A batches to me typically are hotter. This is not in the realm of what I'm used to with A batches and how aggressive I think they are, but a little bit of ethanol there. Behind that ethanol is some of that nuttiness, that Heaven Hill nuttiness. To me, this is balanced. The nose, perfectly balanced, nothing too crazy. I would say if anything is elevated, it's definitely the sweet factor on the nose. So let's just see how it tastes. Wow, okay. Okay, Heaven Hill, I see what you're doing. I think we're off to a good start in 2022. I mean, that's pretty good. That's surprisingly good. You know, I've heard other people say that this batch kind of reminds them of some of the older batches, and I can kind of see it. I can definitely see it, especially coming off of last year. I think that's what might make this batch look a little bit better than it is. Shoot, maybe it is just downright that good, but coming off of 2021's releases, to me, to a lot of people, they were a little bit subpar compared to the 20 and the 19s. Those were just incredible. This, might be a little more reminiscent of those earlier batches. Really good stuff. Nice and dense. The oakiness is perfect to me. It's not too bitter, it's not too oaky. That caramel sweetness that I was getting on the nose is there, layered on top of the oak. I feel like equally, it's not too far in any direction. It's not too oaky, it's not too sweet. There is that peanuttiness there, and it's almost like a peanut butter. Butterscotchy peanut butter, very creamy, like a peanut butter dessert. I'm thoroughly impressed. This is kind of what I look for. This is just the standard. If I want Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, this is what I'm expecting, and they delivered it to me. Another thing, it's not too hot. Usually the A batches just drink hotter than they are. I think this is just the perfect range of spiciness, but also feel like you're drinking some liquid fire. It's a perfect balance. I don't think it's too hot. It's not aggressive at all. I don't get a whole lot of ethanol on the palate at all. And in fact, some of the earlier Elijah Craig A batches that I've had, I forgot which one exactly, but it was very, very ethanol forward. Almost, it was hiding a lot of the notes on the palate on this. All of the notes are shining through. I think all of them are shining through equally, and that's what I really like about it, is how balanced it is. It's just the sweetness, the oakiness, the peanut butteriness, they're all just kind of level, and it's being delivered to you equally, not too far in any one direction, which I think is a good thing. I think it's great. Will I say it's my favorite batch ever? Probably not, no, but I think this is such a better step in whatever direction they're trying to go than last year. What we should do now is I think we should compare the A122 to the last batch, the C921, since that's the heels we're coming off of. So if you liked or disliked that batch, you can see how this one compares to that. And I think we should also compare it to last year's A batch, so the A121, just to see if the A batch is falling in line with the previous A batches. So, because at the end of the day, my opinion, my reviews are just that. They're mine, but I want to give you the tools to help you decide if this is a bottle that is worth hunting down, trekking down, or how much you're gonna like this bottle, because we're all different. We all love different batches differently, so let's just get right into that. I have the A121 and the C921 poured. Let's start with the C921 here, since that's the batch we just came off of and was, in fact, my favorite batch of 2021. So here's the A122, here's the C921. Let's just compare the noses. This A122 is pretty dang good. It seems a little more, I don't know what the word for it is, just better put together. I know that might not make sense, but when you smell them side by side, it almost seems like the C921's missing something. I don't know. Let's just taste it, because I don't know, my nose always fails me on the palate. Really, the outlier note on the C921 is the oakiness. Seems a bit more charred, darker. It's the oak. The oak note on the C batch is what's really standing out differently than the A122. Here's the dilemma, is I'm kinda liking the A122 better than the C921. And I typically love that charred oak that you typically get from the C batches. I think that extra caramel sweetness, caramely, vanilla-y, butterscotch sweetness that I'm getting from the A122 is actually better received. I'm liking it a little more, to be honest. Let's just move on to the A121. I was not expecting this. The first sip that I took of the A122, it didn't blow my mind. I'm gonna be honest with you. It did not blow my mind. It's not like I poured it and said, whoa, what the heck? This is the best thing since C919. It really didn't do that much for me. I just said, yeah, this is a good bourbon. Didn't really stand out in any way, but comparing them, and the more I'm getting into it, the more I'm realizing I'm really liking this batch. So let's go to the A121 now, see if they're similar. In the past, the batches were pretty consistent. The A batches had their own thing, the B batches did their own thing, and the C batches. I feel like this A122 might be the outlier to the equation. So A121, a little bit hotter in terms of the ethanol presence coming off of the nose. And the A121, 123.6, so just a little bit hotter, but it's smelling significantly hotter. There is that kind of sweeter presence on this nose than so maybe that is an A batch characteristic. A little bit sweeter, not to the extent of the 122, but the ethanol is kind of, I don't know, we don't need that. Wow, I don't know when the last time I've tried that was, and I don't know if I just coming off of C921 and A122, I almost don't even taste anything. Up front, it was so light on the palate. The back of the palate is where A121 really shines. It's nice and spicy. Those notes are shining through. The front of the palate, it was just ethanol. Not impressive at all. I don't even need to go back to it. The 122 is way better. Yeah, you're just getting more flavor notes. You're actually tasting flavor notes. Well, dang, that was something. I honestly wasn't expecting to come in here and review this as a batch that I absolutely loved. It gets me excited for 2022 because typically in years past, the A batch was always kind of, I guess, my least favorite batch of the year, and it just got progressively better for me. So the A batches were okay, B batch, I'm liking it, C batch, oh yeah. So that makes me very excited that this is a very, very good start to 2022. I think it's even a better step than 2021. Honestly, comparing it to the C921, I might even like it better. I think this is a better step in the direction. This is the direction they want to go. This is the trail you want to go down. Okay, Heaven Hill, I'm liking it. So that leads to the final question. Is this worth the hype? Because again, a lot of people have been hyping this up, talking really good, and it's for good reason. It's really good. It's a good batch. I think if you haven't gotten this batch yet and you can, it's definitely worth it. These bottles go $70 to $100. It's totally worth it. I mean, I've never skipped a batch of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, but this is definitely one that I think you might want to go ahead and buy 2 bottles. Go ahead and bunker one. It's really good. I'm not saying this is C919 or C920 worthy, but it's much better than last year's releases, so there's that. All right, guys. Thanks for watching the video. If you have tried this batch, I know a lot of you have gotten this bottle months ago, but sorry, the rest of us peasants are just now getting it. So if you tried it, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of it, and better yet, let everyone else in the comment section know what you think about it. Again, my review is my own, my opinions are my own, so I encourage all of you, go to the comment section, read what other people have to say about this, watch other reviews of this bottle to help formulate your own opinion if this is going to be worth it if you have not gotten it yet. Alright guys, if you liked the video, remember, hit the like button, the subscribe button, all of that fancy stuff. If you want to support me more, there are plenty of ways to do so. Go to the description of the video, Patreon, tons of rewards, glasses, hats, coasters, all sorts of crazy things. We have Patreon exclusive barrel picks coming. There is one actively coming as of the release of this video. So go buy some Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.